it takes place, a family's on a ski vacation, and they're having lunch outside, and what appears to be an avalanche hits them. And at the last moment, the father grabs his cell phone and runs away while the mother sort of cowers with her two kids. And then it turns out it was a false alarm, and they, it was a controlled avalanche and it wasn't dangerous, and the father comes back, and the rest of the movie is them sort of metabolizing that moment, dealing with the fallout from that. And I play one of Pete, who's Will Ferrell's character, the father's friends from work, who he sort of invites into their vacation as a buffer from having to have the conversation that moment necessitates. One thing that happens in the movie is I sort of advocate for Pete, the father, and in trying to figure out how to play the character, I thought a lot about, like, I don't want him to just be some sort of bro schmuck who gets his bros back as a sort of default. I thought that's kind of not that interesting. And I think one of the things that makes it difficult for men who have done things that are regrettable and disappointing is what I think makes it hard for sometimes those people to take accountability is they feel so identified with their efficacy, their strength, their courage, their pragmatism, that they can't acknowledge the ways in which they, like everyone else, is a kid in some ways who's just pissing his pants and terrified and a mess. So I thought it'd be kind of interesting if my character, rather than just being like a bro who's trying to buck him up and get him to keep being a man, was someone who was like a little bit more receptive ultimately to his mess.